Welcome back. It's been about 3 weeks since I posted the last video, and we had a lot going on during that time. A lot of work, a lot of things going on, so I'm exhausted at this point. We're enjoying a beautiful 70-degree day in Colorado, which is pretty rare during this time of year, but we just survived our first bomb cyclone, and I thought it would be great to show you guys kind of what this driveway looked like just about 2.5 weeks ago. Quite literally, it just melted off within the last few days, but it took us almost a week to dig out. That driveway scene that you'll see me trying to get the F-150 through, just to get the truck out of the driveway, took almost 7 hours of digging for me and Mandy, just to get the truck out of the driveway, and that's with four-wheel drive on and everything, so it was pretty insane. On top of that, I also got the garage lit finally for the first time. Bought some lights off of Amazon. These lights were less than $100 for 12 of them, and it made a pretty miraculous change in the way that the garage looks on the inside, so you're going to see that as well. So bomb cyclone and then lights. Then we'll get back to the Broncos. Alright, little education on weather for you. So in Colorado Springs today we have a bomb cyclone. Bomb cyclone is a low pressure system that drops 24 millibars in 24 hours. This one dropped 24 millibars in 13 hours, therefore making it an atomic bomb cyclone. And now we are going to jump through 5-foot drifts in the driveway with the Ford F-150. As you can see, I'm down not even at ground level. I'm at about 2 feet off the ground, maybe 18 inches off the ground. And there's the truck, and that's what I have to get through. Holy crap. That is up to my nipples. Holy moly, Mandy. You ready for this? Oh, Jesus. This thing looks insane. Oh my God. Here we go.
Alright.
I don't think I'm going to make it.
I don't think so either.
No way.
Straps.
Yeah, that didn't take long, did it?
Nope. Just don't hit the car. Be careful, you're close to the Wagoneer. At least my Jeep's not here to hit. It's stuck in the snow somewhere else. I mean, those drifts are insane.
Unbelievable.
Well, you made it, what, 3 feet? We're gonna have to dig out. There's no way. There's no way.
All right, shot number 2. We're going to give it a shot. I'm not going to miss the Jeep.
Just don't go back too far. That's good, that's good.
Okay, do I have more room?
You have like 2 feet. Alright, that's good. That's good.
Alright, here it goes.
Alright.
cyclone. No. Holy crap.
I think you're digging for no reason. It's not gonna do anything.
That's what I'm dealing with, right? I don't think I'm getting out of here anytime tonight. All right, and now for the new snow depth jumping record. I thought you were gonna. I got a long way to go. Well, the Ford F-150 through 5 foot of drift didn't turn out very well. So now I was just shoveling the driveway at 9 o'clock at night so I can get to work in the morning. And this is kind of the process. And as you can see, I'm having to cut it off in steps. Cut the first 2 feet off, then cut the last 2 feet off. My driveway goes for another at least 100 feet. Actually, probably 200 feet in that direction. But the Ford F-150 will get out. Alright, so with each pack, you get 6 of these 4-foot T5 LED light fixtures. You get 6 packets, hardware packets, which come with essentially these butt connectors, and so these will actually fit in the end of these fixtures, and then you can connect 2 of them, one right next to the other if you wanted to just run them in a line. And then it also comes with 1/2-inch screws, and I think I didn't measure these, but I'm pretty sure that they're not a lot longer than a 1/2 inch. They're pretty small, so in your application you may actually have to use longer screws than that. I think I will for mine. And then also the connector brackets, which are going to screw into the ceiling or a wall, and then those will directly mate up to the fixture and make a quick connect for the fixture. So once you get these in the ceiling, it makes it easy to pop up. Plus you get a series of extension cords. So you get 5 of the 18-inch extension cords right here, and you get 3 of the 4-foot extension cords. So if you had to run them long distances between one another, in each 6-pack of lights you get 3 of the 4-foot connectors. So for $43 for 6 of these, 3 of these, 5 of these, 6 accessory packs, I think you're getting a pretty good value right there. These folks from Hypergiant give you this note inside each box, and they're very polite about the way they word things, but in relation to what they put in here, they also said, we discourage negative reviews that stem from the number of cables and lengths of the connection lines. Our company offers connection lines and power cables. The number and length of cable connection lines and power cables are a result of an extensive case study where an overwhelming 95% of consumers are in agreement with this decision. If you, however, are dissatisfied with the length and number of cables, consider purchasing more cables and purchasing lines from Amazon that are a relatively inexpensive price. So that said, that's a very nice way of putting, we gave you a whole lot of options here, and if you can't make your lighting work with the options we have here, you're just going to have to buy more cords. And I completely agree with that. This is a lot. There's no way I'm going to use all of this. If you even run them in sequence, all of the connections that come in these kits, you'll have all these extension cables extra. Oh, I forgot one thing. You also get 3 4-foot power cables, so those will connect into any 2-prong socket. And then you've got the switch on this end. If you wanted to be able to power it just with the switch, you could do that. In my application, I'm going to leave them permanently on because we're plugging them into the light socket that I had in the ceiling, and I'm going to be turning it on and off with the actual power switch to the lights in the garage. But it comes with 3 of these. I only have 2 of them up here because I was using the other one in the previous demo. But you also get 3 power cables. So you can run 2 lights in sequence 3 times with these power cables and have 3 different sets of lights with different power connections if you wanted to do that. I've got 2 light bulbs in my garage that are in standard sockets. So I'm going to keep those bulbs. So I'm going to take these, screw these in, take the light out, screw these in, screw the light bulb into this guy right here. So I still have that light, but then now I have 2 standard plug-ins there that I can put these LED lights in and keep my normal lighting. These were about $2 at the Home Depot. Take out this bulb. Screw that back in. Now, in relation to the square footage of my garage, I've got a large ceiling on this garage. A very poorly lit garage. But I've got 2 specific workstations. So I've got that workstation right there, which is primarily rebuilding things. So I've got a pretty heavy duty workbench that I use, but there's no direct light above it. So I'm definitely going to place at least 1 or 2 over there. And then maybe even across the ceiling right here, because in this particular nook of the garage is where I keep all my tools. And then on the opposite side of that is my general workstation where I do all the smaller work. And right now it's real cluttered, but I do a lot of my general purpose stuff there. I do have a light that's directly over it. And I do have a fluorescent tube fixture right next to it that kind of generally shines light into the garage. And I don't want to use that forever because those lights make a lot of noise. So I'm going to be putting a couple of lights directly above this workspace right here to light it up generally a little bit better. And then I have work bay 1, work bay 2, work bay 3. And so each one of those is going to have its own set of lights. So I think between work bay 1 and work bay 2, I'm going to run some lights right in between the 2. Then I'm going to run them right kind of over the middle of work bay 2 and then over work bay 3. And then that will be about 2/3 of the lighting. And then I'll have the space right above me here in my general workspace, which will be lit. And then this area will probably remain dark. I don't know, I might put one there as well to light up this side. But generally speaking, I move my vehicles around to where if I'm working on that side of the vehicle, it's on that side of the garage. Trying to center the light a little bit. I don't know. We're going to try it and see what happens. I can always move it around to a longer screw if necessary. You'll see it right in the joint there. Alright. And normally I would run a chalk line, pop the chalk line, stick them on that line so that we can keep them straight. But in this case, I'm going to put them in the seams. And since I don't have a painted ceiling, I'm going to use those seams. I'm going to run them through the seams into the joist above it. And just like that, you've got one done. So now that we installed one, I will say these little 1/2-inch screws don't work quite like I thought they would. Or actually, I think they worked exactly like I thought they would. Which means we're going to switch to a 1-inch screw. That'll solidify the clip just a little bit more. They're not very heavy at all. In fact, you know, I would say that weighs maybe a shade over 1 pound. Maybe 2 pounds. But with slamming the door and wind coming through and stuff like that, I think a 1-inch screw is going to work better. You know, also, if this company made an adapter that would allow you to put 2 extensions together, that would be even better. I don't know that I'm going to need that, and I'll probably make it if I get to that point. But just for some feedback to the company, I would definitely at least put a couple of those in that we could connect them if you needed to. So here we go. We're going to put the rest of them up. We're going to see what it looks like. Well, I still need to do some cord management, but this is kind of what I've got. 12 lights kind of scattered around the garage here. So I've got one on the side of this Bronco. The majority of them are on this side, which is where I'm going to be doing the majority of the work probably. Man, that made such a huge difference. And then a lot over the benches there. So this is the work area. This is where the dirty stuff happens, and that's where the clean stuff happens, although it's not very clean right now. So less than $100. I think it was a very good investment, and I suggest it to anyone that wants to try it. It's easy off Amazon, free shipping, and now the only thing I have to do is some cord management, and we're back in business. That's a wrap for Mile Point 3 Garages. This one dropped. Crap, I gotta start over again.